stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, he's alive. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, he's alive. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. He's Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, he's alive. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stay on this red line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, he'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, he's alive. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey, hey.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening, Erie County. How are we doing this evening? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not Joey Stevens, the old weather guy, but I'm telling you, be careful out there. It is raining. Yes, I said out here in Harbor Creek, it is raining. So if you have any ice, throw some water on top of it. Now it's even 10 times worse. So, man, I tell you what, look at we're showing off Kim Hunter's new hat. Oop, don't look at this part yet. Yeah, so we have Kim Hunter's hats. These are her political hats, help raise some money. They're asking for a $20 donation. That gets you the Kim Hunter for council hat. And of course, just covers the cost and puts some money in her in her coffers to help out. But I have the Brian Special hat. See, it says "Make Erie Great Again." Now you can. Here, I got to stand up for this one. I have the "Make Erie Great Again" T-shirts. We have those available if you would like one. Again, just a couple dollar donation that helps keep everybody put some money in people's pockets, keep the show up and going. Like I had to spend $50 yesterday for a new TV mount. My TV was mounted on the wall, but it was over there. So every time I had to look at the TV, I had to look over there. It was irritating. So I needed a bigger mount. So now it's right there. So yeah, we'll go. Well, I got Lance, Rich Chapman, Matt, Linda, Stan. Morning, everybody. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming out on this kind of dreary Wednesday. If you watch the scrolling marquee, we're going to have a special. I'll let it scroll just a little bit more so you can catch up. We'll be doing an extra show this Saturday at 3 p.m. because of all the winning. Brenda and I sat down and we're going over the videos, and we were just like, there's just too many. There's so much information that I want to give to you guys that I don't know if you've gotten yet or not. Um, but there's just too much. We could be on the show till 12 o'clock tonight and still scratch the surface because there's just so much winning going on. And the Democrats are literally melting down, threatening civil war. Okay, like my sign says, get over it. We won. We had to get over it when Joe and Kamala got elected. Guess what? We had to deal with 8 years of Obama and Biden, and then another 4 years. So they are just so mad that they had to give the reins of authority over because they knew Trump would come after all this fraud, waste, and abuse, and they are doing it. They are finding so much crap. It does need shut down. It does need shut down. Now, I was in the military. We had a fraud, waste, and abuse bureau. You reported it. They investigated it. They found out it was blah, blah, blah. Well, the problem is now it's like the fox watching the chicken coop. They're not watching their own monies, and it's just a backdoor way for these guys to funnel back. And I like the fact that Elon is going to say, wait a minute, we need to look at our politicians and saying, how can you guys make $150,000 a year? Look at AOC. AOC has been in office, what, 6 years? She came to Washington. I can't find an apartment. It's too expensive in DC. Now she's a multimillionaire. Did she put it for overtime? Someone please explain this to me. Somebody with a better comprehension of monies, please let me know. Yeah, Harry Paul's rules on it. Well, you just get with Brenda. She'll make you up whatever shirt she wants. This one's let's make Erie great again. This is a Brian special, make Erie great hat. But you can give a donation for Kim Hunter for council hat, and that puts money in her coffer. And of course, we've got a special guest coming on. Actually, a good friend of mine, Coach Tim from Gannon University. He wanted a couple minutes to talk about his project with the girls archery team, and they're going to nationals. So they're trying to raise some money. So I said, hey, they have a GoFundMe up, and we'll talk about that here in a minute or two. We're going to have him up. We're going to preload him up front. That way it clears the show. That way we can get our reports from the folks that do all our reporting. And we appreciate that. And there's a lot of stuff coming on. It's a very, very, very busy couple next weeks. QR code up in the top left. I hope it's in your top left. That is done to take you to the tree of where to go. It takes you to Truth, Rumble, all my social media accounts. That QR code will take you right to them. If you want to watch it on different channels, if you want to help spread that around, we appreciate it because we are gaining traction every day. Brenda had to print out, I don't know, another 50 business cards because we just hand them out. Kim and the gang went down to Harrisburg. They're handing them out. So, that's this. We're the voice. The Democrats hate it. We're the independent voice. We have no real sponsors. We don't have anybody telling us what to do, how to say it, or what not to say. It's we the people. It is the people's journalism. This is our way to get our voices heard, and we're doing a good job. And it just gets better and better. We just keep winning. Elon is just making winning so easy because there's so much fraud that we're getting it. Stan, thanks for coming out tonight. Lance, I think I said hi to you. Dave, thanks for coming out. Send me a private. Yeah, send Brenda a message, Dave. She'll make you up whatever t-shirt you want, whatever size, whatever color, doesn't matter. But yeah, we have these available. Get with Brenda, order them up. You want a Kim Hunter for a council hat. Again, the proceeds of that go back to Kim, help her run for city council. And but this is a Brian special. Make Erie great again, so I can match red. You want one of those? Talk to Brenda. Those cost more because those are a lot more work. But yeah, so there's so much. We had so much video to go through, and we try to find videos that are relevant, that are credible. They're just not somebody on a TikTok or YouTube channel just blah blah blah. We try to get it with validity, um, and then that way kind of like reinforces our positions and saying this is what we believe, and well, here we are. We're not the crazy ones. Hey, Dave. Are you there?
Permission to come aboard, sir.
Yeah, but we got to make it quick because we have our guest coming in about 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, that's what I thought. But no, I won't be long tonight. I don't have too much to report.
Okay, give us your report from the Lower East Side, sir.
Well, this is of the West Side. Real quick.
West Side.
If you want to see one of the best roads in the city, go down Cherry Street from 26th to 18th.
Oh,
I think the people buried in the Erie Cemetery are tunneling their way out, and they're coming up to Cherry Street. The potholes are brutal.
I've driven that street many times, and you are absolutely right. It's absolutely horrible. And of course, we got some big races coming up. We got the mayor. Of course, we got Chucky. We got your video. We're gonna play that a little bit later on. So yeah. So yeah. So,
yeah, the mayor has better things to do, like go down to the Erie County Court, the federal courthouse, and protest and chant with those people over the illegal immigrants that are getting taken out of this country. That's what he was doing the other day, chanting with them.
I saw that. All 20 of them. I saw that.
Yeah, all 20 of them.
All 20 of them out there.
He has nothing better to do.
No, well, because he knew the news people would be there.
Unbelievable. That's to me. That's
right. But like I said, we talked about this, the tactics. We see what he does, and all we're very frustrated with him. But man, the Democrat that's running against him, she's dangerous.
She's worse. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, we can poke fun at him, but let's be careful not to bury him. And everyone's like, "Oh yeah, let's go after Darla." Well,
no, I won't vote for her.
No, I think that's yeah.
I'd probably have to.
In lieu of
if there's a Republican running, I'd vote for Republican, but I don't know. If there's going to be any running.
I doubt it at this point. Everyone's starting to already pretty much announced. A couple stragglers here and there, but yeah, I was thinking about go to Joe Schember's little get together and show up as a Republican. Say, yeah, Joe, I'm actually supporting you, but I know I pick on you a lot on my show, but it's to try to motivate you to fix these problems, and hopefully he'll get reelected. Trust me. It doesn't matter if you have more money. Obviously, Kamala Harris proved that fact. It's not always about the money. It is sometimes, but not in that case. So I predict Joe will take it again. He'll get it.
Right. Well, all right. I'm going to get off real quick and listen. So
thanks, man. Thanks for the report from the Lower West Side.
Yeah. Real quick. I'm going to send you another. I'm going to send you a video tomorrow.
I love your video.
A Lower East Side deal. Summer's coming. I had a thief come into the backyard today.
So
I'll send you the video. It is still nothing big, but the point is he still came to that back and stole something.
Okay, yeah. Well, we have a show Saturday. We just posted up Saturday at 3 p.m. So maybe we'll play it on Saturday if you're got nothing to do.
Oh, yeah, I'll have it up by then. I'll work on it tomorrow.
All right, Dave. Thanks, buddy.
All right, have a good one. Bye bye.
Well, Brenda just sent me a text message that Coach Tim is here. He's in the queue. So Brenda, go ahead and bring him in. We'll talk to him and the ladies of Gannon. Coach Dave, how you doing? Can you hear me, sir?
Coach Tim? Yep, I can hear you.
I'm talking to
Can
Dave.
you see us okay?
I can see you guys fine.
This
So
is Zainab. She is the president of the Gannon Student Archery Club, and I am one of the coaches.
nice. Now tell us. People don't know who you are, so tell the people who you are. What's your background?
I am a USA Archery Level 4 coach. I have been coaching archery for, oh gosh, since 2007.
Oh wow,
And I started out as a level 1, moving to a level 2, uh, and eventually throughout my 20 plus year career, or almost 20-year career at this, um, have earned my way up to a level 4. Um, Zainab here is actually a level 2 instructor, and that's why she's the president of the Student Archery Club.
well, it's amazing how that works out. The best comes to the top. So where are you guys at right now?
We are at the Gannon Student Rec Center. We're on the second floor. Can you see our range?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
We're about 30 yards back, with another 10 yards that we can squeeze in here.
Nice.
Right now, we are waiting for a couple of students that were going to come in. Sorry, I'm shaking there. I'm going to let Zayna down.
Yeah, let the young person hold that. Not us old guys. And obviously, he's got good eye coordination.
Ouch. I'll have you know, I just got a haircut just for this interview, Brian.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, we're going to make you internet famous because, we're on 5 channels. Our little local podcast spreads out all over the place. So now explain this to me. You're going to nationals. Where's the nationals being held at?
Go ahead, Zainab.
Yeah, so it's the 56th USA Archery Indoor Nationals, and there's going to be multiple locations. They kind of don't happen at the same time, but the location we're going to, Mason, Michigan, which is south of Lansing, that's happening February 21st to 23rd, so this month.
Nice. Now, my understanding, of course, everything costs money. You have a GoFundMe up and running, and of course, I made a donation because Tim, you and I have known each other a long time, and you know more. You've forgotten more about archery than I know. So trust me, I know nothing about it except for you try to take the sticky thingy and shoot it down that way.
Well, really, I like to use the tagline that what I do for a living is teach people how to play with pointy sticks. And that's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, but it looks like you got a nice facility. How many young women are on your team?
Honestly, I don't know how we all were just only women team because we got some guys coming in here, but they don't stick around too long. Maybe we intimidate them. I don't know. That's a joke.
I've seen you girls shoot. They can be intimidating, believe me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to stand next to you and shoot next to you because I would be intimidated.
Oh man, no, you do great. So I think we've got like 40 people that have went through our club, and there's about 20 people on the roster right now. Some of them are recreational, so they come like maybe once a month or maybe once a year. But we have competitive shooters and regular recreational students who come a few times a week, up to 3 times a week.
Now, what do you want to do when you grow up?
So I'm biomedical engineering. So I have a focus on biomaterials. So kind of the things like hydrogels or sutures, and just focus on maybe like or orthopedics or prosthetics. So those implants, what materials are they? They have to be biocompatible. But I'm going to med school after this, so all planned up.
And you have time to go shoot sharp sticks at targets. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's really hard with the senior year engineering project. It's like all about rubber and testing different materials and bouncing between that and my chemistry classes because I have a chemistry minor. Thankfully I finished my entrepreneurship minor as well in innovation and creativity, which is specific to Gannon's. But it's great to be at Gannon right now, and archery is a way to, it's kind of like Zen. Like, you come here, yes, you practice to be competitive, but there are aspects to it where it's really relaxing.
Oh, I totally understand. I get that. So, how many people are actually going to nationals?
There are 4 people, including me. So 2 seniors and 2 sophomores. And one of our sophomores is here right now that's going to nationals. This is Cassie.
Hi,
Cassandra.
Cassie. Thanks for coming out tonight. We appreciate that. So, just to let you know, we are live.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So, yeah, go ahead and put the pointy sticks in the round target thing. We'll just sit here and talk. So yeah, I mean, so you have a GoFundMe up and running now. If people would like to donate a few bucks to help your team go, what is the GoFundMe? What's the name of it?
I guess it's just, I think it's called Go Support Our Gannett Students at Nationals. I can
Go pull it up on your
yeah,
phone.
I'll pull that up. You asked him more questions while I get that done.
Yeah, gotcha. 'Cause what we'll do is we can put the link in the show, and go from there. So yeah, I mean, you've been doing this a long time. I know. You had your shop up the mall. I stopped up there, and that was cool. That's why I thought you were still at the mall. It looked kind of like the mall.
Unfortunately, that is not the case. I wish I
Right.
was, but thankfully, Gannon has a great program. I'm trying to get Cass it so you can kind of hear.
No, we can see. Yeah, no, we can see it great. That's a great back shot. So as long as he doesn't turn to you and say, "Run, coach."
Oh, she won't. She couldn't anyway.
No, I get that. So yeah, no, this is a kind of a cool thing. I saw your stuff on social media. So now they can go right to your social media and get some more information.
Yeah, I could. I'm gonna bump the link up. I did share it. You can go to my Facebook or Archery Encounters
Right.
Facebook page, and the link should be there right near the top. Um, that being said, Zainab's back with the link.
You got the
Yeah,
link. Okay.
it is called, so the GoFundMe is called Back Gannon Archery at Nationals. You can always go on the GoFundMe website if you forget the title and go by location. And since we're the only archery group who's running a GoFundMe right now, there should be no problem finding us.
Yeah, we just want to make sure people have.
That name, please.
Yeah, just say the name one more time. That way, Brenda can
Yeah.
put it back up on
So the name is Back Gannon Archery at Nationals.
You got it, Brenda. Now, I do have a question in the room. Did you?
And one thing I want to emphasize: if they exceed their fundraising goal, that extra money will go towards upgrading and maintaining the equipment that they have. They are using what is called the Galaxy Aspire recurve bow. Every member of the club uses the same 6 or 7 bows. They range in weight from 15 to 25 pounds. Most of our competitors, such as Zainab and Cassie here, have their own bows that they use. Zainab uses what is called an ILF, which means International Limb Fit, and it's the way the limbs and the limb pockets are designed. So I can take a Hoyt riser and match it with a set of limbs from Korea, or vice
I
versa.
have to go. I trust you 100% that what you just said. I know nothing about art. Now, Zainab, there was a question from one of the folks. Did you go to collegiate?
Yeah, I went to
Yes, because
Collegiate
I
Academy.
think Matt Stravetsky. Matt, sorry, I always scrub your last name. He asked. I think you went to collegiate. So there you go. You have a fan.
Oh, wow.
Matt
Yes, Matt.
Strachewski? Is that Colleen's
I
son?
believe so. Matt, is
Yes,
that?
it is.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
Colleen.
it is.
Wow, I've already been identified.
Yep, that's your Zainab, Mark. I know. I've known your mother for let's see, since Ridgefield Elementary School.
Well, that's one
so-
thing about Erie and Erie County. It's a really small place. It's not very big. You think it is, it really isn't. It's pretty small. So yeah, Matt's like, yes, that's it. So I wasn't sure if you could see the scrolling text or not because I know you're on a phone.
It's very small, but when you said the name, I remember having to learn how to say
I can't even try
Stripczewski
it. I just
in
yeah, I just
elementary.
call Matt.
Yeah. So
Lieutenant.
I've known his dad and his mom pretty much
Yeah,
all
he's
the
an
time.
army guy, so he's a lieutenant. I just call him Lieutenant Matt. And we call him, yeah.
Matt is a
He's
lieutenant. They gave him
they gave
bars.
him
What the
bars and
heck?
let him be in charge of stuff. Well,
Oh no.
well, they give her a bow and arrow.
If it makes you feel any better, Matt, if you were in my district, I would have voted for you and I advocated for you.
Nice. Yeah. So Brenda is rolling the information about your GoFundMe along the bottom. We have a scrolling ticker tape, so we'll be promoting that throughout the show. So, but yeah,
There's
I mean,
also a question up on the screen regarding the recurves.
oh yeah. So are these strictly recurves that you are competing with? That's a Stan Williams.
Yes, they are shooting in a category that is called bare bow. Um, Zainab, do you have your bow still set up? Grab the bow behind you,
Sure.
and we can hold it up.
Yeah,
and
that was
show
from one
you.
of our great listeners, Stan. So obviously he is a person of
Nice,
bow
yeah.
knowledge.
Left-handed.
This is a left-handed version of the Aspire bows that I was talking about. They are a great beginner bow, and this particular configuration is called bare bow. It doesn't have any stabilizers. It does. You are able to add a weight to it. No sight.
Okay. Gotcha.
You just kind of feel your way through it. If you can do cast, that's what she's doing right now. And I think she just got a gold. So
Well, I would
good
expect
cast.
nothing less from a great coach like yourself. So yeah, you know,
Oh,
but yeah,
thank you. I don't know how great I am. We'll find out at Indoor Nationals when Coach Bruce. By the way, we have the faculty advisor is Coach Davide Piavzon. He is a bioengineering professor here. And we have another assistant coach who is a level 3, and that is Coach Bruce. I don't have permission to use his
I get
last
that. You got to
name,
be
so-
careful. I don't want to get a nasty letter about a podcast that was using someone's name inappropriately. But no, yeah, again,
And Bruce will be traveling with the
awesome.
girls to, unfortunately, because as you know, I have multiple sclerosis and I don't
Right.
travel very well.
Yeah. So Stan just put in the chat. Man, those are long bows. Wow.
66 and 70 inches.
I know Stan is an avid hunter, so I'm going to presume at this point he's a bow hunter also. So
I
yeah,
would
he's
imagine
asking the
so.
right.
He probably shoots a
Right.
Matthews.
Right. So yeah,
Ask him if he shoots a Matthews, and we'll
well,
see what
he
he
can
says.
hear you. So he can hear you. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because I got about a million other things to do. But I personally wish you all
Okay,
the luck.
Brian, thank you so much.
Coming on the
Yeah,
show.
thank you so much.
Like I said, we'll be running your GoFundMe ad up here, and of course, I have it on my social media for donating. And I wish you guys all the luck. And when you guys get back, we'll do another show and let's talk about how your experience, and we can talk about if we brought any trophies home.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Actually, last year, what did Cass finish?
Cass finished top 100, and then
Cass was 32nd,
oh, Lexus is 32nd
or Lexus is 32nd
in the nation.
in the nation, in collegiate, and 22nd in the nation, and U21, which is under 21.
Her age group.
Nice,
age.
nice. Well, I appreciate your time. I wish you all the luck, and let's come home and make put Erie on the map.
Thank you. That's what I'm
Okay,
hoping
Coach.
for.
Thanks for sharing and showing us what you guys do. Appreciate it.
Thank
Bye, guys.
you all.
Good
Thank
luck.
you, everybody. Appreciate it. Say
Bye,
bye,
Cass.
Cass.
She did a great backdrop shot. Shoot. We can see her in the
Good.
background. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Talk
See
to you
ya.
later. Bye-bye.
So there you go. We try to do versatile things. We try to bring people on that are kind of the makers and shakers in the Erie County area, not just to be on the politic thing, but it's important. We do a lot of politics. We're trying to kind of broaden our wings a little bit, on what Erie County really has to offer and what's going on there, and just say, hey, we need to make Erie great again because it is a decent place to live. I've been here my whole life, and a lot of people have generations of people, but it's slowly slipping away, and we have to dig our heels in, and we have to make a difference. So, Brenda, would you be so kind to put Dave's video up? This was brought to you by Dave.
City Councilman Chuck Nelson had this reaction.
Kind of expecting with the police force being at its full complement that we'd be able to walk and chew gum at the same time, but it's just kind of disappointing. I mean, I still expect to see Vice President Harris here sometime soon, and I hope that affects the votes.
Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street, smoking, sipping on gin and hills. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street, smoking, sipping on gin and hills. Laid back. With my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
So here's a seated city council man running for controller, wishing that the Erie Police Department could walk and chew gum at the same time. Wow. I tell you what, if I lived in the city of Erie, I wouldn't hire this guy for picking up the garbage because that's what he thinks of our law enforcement here in Erie. The crime has slipped up, it's ticked up, it's 28% above average. The men and women that go to work every day put their lives on the line. We just had an unfortunate anniversary of Officer Burchak that was shot in the line of duty by Mr. Tubbs, that sat in jail for a very long time, and I think he just got out. But I would never ever say anything against the Erie PD. I personally know a lot of them, and they do a great job. Their hands are tied. Now they want you to go to work, risk your life. We want them well compensated, and now they can't have any overtime. And it must be a nice feeling to go to work and know that your city council hates you. And that's exactly it. Jasmine hates them. Chuck Nelson hates them, and he wants to be a full-time city controller. Man, you people in Erie better wake up. You better make Erie great again, because I'm telling you, this guy is the good. It's like the fox watching the chicken coop. Really, he's the controller. He's the guy that watches the money. And look what's going on a national. See that segue? Look what's going on the national level with these Democrats getting caught with their hands in the cookie jars, like we talked about AOC. Been in that seat for 5 years. Multi-millionaire. How? Well, we have Doge, and they're checking that stuff out. So, Brenda, go ahead and throw some other videos up there. I know we have like a million. Brenda, I'm sorry, Kim. After this next video, we'll just, if you want to call in, please do. I know you're low under the weather.
Not just securing that border, but in saving lives by securing that border. And the Biden administration could have did the same thing. They knew how to do it. They just didn't want to do it because they undid everything Trump did. They would have just kept everything in place, would never have this issue we had. But why would they purposely unsecure a border? Because it's not incompetence, it's not mismanagement. They knew exactly what they were doing because they wrote over 90 executive orders destroying everything. It gave us the most secure border in my lifetime, my career. I think it's for a lot of reasons. I think there's some that really truly believe in open borders. There should be no borders. Some think there's a future political benefit by these millions being future Democratic voters. But we don't even have to get there because they also overturned the Trump census rule, which means millions of illegal aliens will be counted in the next census in sanctuary cities, which would result in more House seats for Democrats. They sold this country out for future political power.
There it is. I've been saying that for the years. This Biden administration has been unfortunately at the helm. And you can go back, Google this stuff up, go on YouTube. You can see Clinton, Billy talking about securing the border. You can even find video of Barack Hussein Obama out there talking about securing the border. And even Hillary Clinton, when she was running for president, was talking about a secure border. But then magically it all just changed when Sniffy Joe and Harris got in power, and they bold-faced lied to all of us. They did. We're going to secure the most secure border. I'm the border czar. I've been there. No, it's been a lie. And then when Sniffy Joe was, lame duck getting got thrown out of the White House by his own party, they start selling the fence off that we paid for pennies on the dollar. That's exactly how much they hate this country. And USAID, look at the debacle this has been of just a slush fund for bullshit projects in bullshit countries that absolutely hate us. They burn our flag. They wish us to die. But they don't mind taking up. But he just has a tendency to go a bit too far. Now what are the Democrats doing? They are protesting in the streets because we're trying to save you money. They bitch about taxes, but then they're just blowing our money wherever chance they can get. We're going to throw some little ads up here. Tina, she's running for city council, of course. And we got, of course, Kim Hunter, she's running. We'll throw a plug out here for Harry Morgan. He's running for township supervisor out in Mill Creek. These are the people that have taken a commitment to making change. And then, of course, we have Kim Hunter. She has her campaign kickoff Friday, February 28th at 6 p.m. Calamarty's, 1317 State Street. She'll be accepting some donations. If you guys want to drop a couple bucks in the hat, these get-togethers cost money. There, Tina, you just showed up. We just talked about you. So there we go.
Don't forget there's going to be food and an open bar.
Yeah, you got food and an open bar. But there's still going to be we're not going to get you drunk and send you out on the streets and have every PD pick you up. No, you got to be responsible. Let's be reasonable, and we'll go from there. And then let me see, where did it go? It's down here somewhere. Oh yeah, we have a Republican gentleman that is running for sheriff. His announcement campaign is tomorrow, Thursday, 2/13, the 25th, from 4 p.m. to 5 at the Sunflower Club at 340 Met Street. No RSVP is required. Thank you, Jesus, that we have somebody that's running as a Republican, and that way we can push back on Campanelli because these Democrats need to go. Then, of course, Dave McCormick is having a thank you celebration Saturday, February 22nd, 2025 at 2 p.m. at the Bay House Oyster Bar and Restaurant. That's at the Bayfront Convention Center across the street in the parking ramp right there. You can't miss it. So there's a lot of things coming up, a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on. Where's your Brendan's got a new t-shirt. You got to watch this video where he just says, I really don't care, Margaret. That is a great, great shirt. So if you want one of those, stop and get with Brenda, and we'll get you up a shirt.
I
But
played that video last week.
Okay, which one?
I don't really care, Margaret.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh, that's right. But yeah, so there it is. And if you want one of those shirts, get a hold of Brenda, send her a text message. We'll get you up there. But yeah, we have a lot of moving parts.
But we all know what the saying means.
All right, Kim, you're live. What do you got for us coming in from the city of Erie?
Well, you've already beat me to it, Brian.
Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
didn't
That
know.
Markham, he's supposed to be a really, really great guy. He's a deputy sheriff, and he's going to run as a constitutional sheriff.
Great. Well, see that now that's a great stance, but that's exactly the stance I took, and that's when Mayor Bloomberg out of New York dropped $200,000 into Campanelli's coffers. So
I remember.
yeah, so he better be ready to go to war with these people because the minute you say, "Oh, you're a constitutional sheriff," the Democrats' heads come unglued because they don't want constitutional sheriffs. They don't want sheriffs that will stand up with the opposite of they believe in. Because you know, I have to try to be a little nicer. Not all Democrats are bad. They're not. There are some great, hardworking, America-loving Democrats that aren't the left crazy people. But we got to. So I'm trying to be a little nicer.
Right. You got the conservative ones that think their party's lost their minds.
And then that's when they need to change. And matter of fact,
Right.
we can start doing voter registration. Tim Kuzma and I were talking
Absolutely.
about that yesterday.
Yep. Go to voteforpa.com. You can get your friends on there and so forth. I just want to remind everybody, if you haven't signed up yet, the Lincoln Breakfast is the same day as McCormick's event.
In the
And
morning.
that's the same day that you will be celebrity bartender.
Yeah, I know it's a busy day, man. I think
And I will be there for you, Brian.
I was talking to Brett the other night and I was like, man, I think I'm busier now, not a duly elected councilman, because now I have more time to get myself into. So yeah, Stop Soldier Suicide, Saturday, February 22nd. It's a 1 to 9 p.m. I'm not 100% sure of the time I will be bartending. I asked for in the evening. That way I can go to Dave McCormick's little shindig. But yeah, there's all the stuff you can use there. UPC scan, not UPC, poop. You can scan that. There's a couple dollar
QR code.
yeah, there is a couple dollar donation to get in the door. Food is provided, pizzas and stuff there. Chinese
Yes,
auction.
yes.
So bring a couple bucks for the Chinese auction, and it's Stop Soldier Suicide. Great
Yes.
organization. Great time. If anybody, all the movers and shakers will be there. Trust me, because it's an
Yes.
important deal, and it's in Harbor
Yes.
Creek.
Yes. And I'll tell you what, I had a great experience last weekend. Went to the GOP winter meeting. Harrison Dunn was very, very kind and arranged for us to have a VIP table.
Nice.
And boy, getting to meet Senator Doug Mastriano. Never thought it would happen. Got to meet him, talked with him and his wife. Very, very humble, kind man. Just a real great patriot. I got some great experiences. I got to spend 20 minutes talking to Stacey Garrity, our state treasurer, bubbly, personality, as very upbeat. Got to talk with our AG, Dave Sunday, talked about the cheating going on here with the ballots and everything.
Oof.
And he said when the time comes, if we saw anything going on, he would send out a team to investigate.
Well, yeah, and look what the Democrats have set up on Erie County Council. They've got Drexel that's been bought and paid for by the DC PACs. He is now the chairman of the Board of Elections. Now, of course, I've been kind of pushing back on social media. Brett and I were talking about this the other day, and I said, he's like, "Hey, don't you remember? There's a rule on county council that if you are a candidate, you can't be on the Board of Elections." Now, Drexel's not a candidate, but he's the chairman of the Board of Elections. He shouldn't be out endorsing candidates. That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I brought up a lot of these things with Dave, and of course, Dave's too big and too busy, but he said he can most certainly send some investigators out.
Yeah, and that's what we need.
And boy, thank you, Harrison Dunn, because we got to go into a VIP area and meeting Chairman Watley from the RNC. Wow, very soft spoken, very kind man. got some history on him. You know, he was the head of the North Carolina GOP before he became the head of the RNC. Wonderful, wonderful man. You know, gave me his endorsement. What a privilege. What a real privilege, you know. But it was a very enlightening experience.
Yeah,
You know, got a lot of education from the whole trip.
and he's a gentle giant. I've met him, I talked to him, and he is just this well-spoken, just big guy. I mean, all these guys are all over 6 foot tall.
Oh, I know, and I'm 5'4", you know,
I
so I'm
saw your
looking way up in
pictures.
the air.
I saw your pictures. Only
I'm
one,
like, holy.
the one you saw eye to eye on was Stacy Garrity because she's a short little thing too.
Oh yeah, yeah, but short. But I'll tell you what, I think she could
Woo!
take on any man and kick their ass.
I tell you, you know, I've never spoken to her about it. You know, we shoot each other text messages. You know, we helped her on her ground game here at Erie County. We all did, and I tell you, I make a prediction. I see her running for governor. We need a strong
Oh,
Republican, and I think Pennsylvania would really embrace a female governor. Why not?
oh, I believe that heart and soul. You know, I mean, look at her vote count. I mean, she got
Wow.
more votes than Josh Shapiro ever got.
Wow. I know when she ran when she ran for reelection, she had got more votes than little Josh. And boy, little
Yeah,
Josh might be in some hot water, but hey, that's another story.
yeah. But you know, I encourage anybody, or you know, and petitions go out on the 18th. You know, so we all need your help. You know, every single candidate.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to get together with Tim Kuzma. You know, we're going to make up packets. You know, so if you're in a certain area, if you're in Erie or Harbor Creek or wherever, we'll give you a packet that has everybody running in those particular areas. You know, with a list of Republicans in that area to make it easier for you, because we all have to pull together as a group to get these people in office, not just me, but everybody. You know, we'll if you're in Erie, we'll have my petition, Tia Hollis's petition, everybody's petition. You know, and don't forget Mark Seppi. You know, I think he's running for Harbor Creek supervisor. You know, these are great, great patriots, and we all got to work together, because I truly believe, you know,
So,
there's a shift coming, and we can get everybody in office to
Yeah,
make Erie great again.
just a small little correction. That's Summit.
Summit, yeah. So, you
That's
know,
okay.
that's, you know, for Summit, you know, you could have Marks, you could have Bretons, you know, we got some great people running for judge. You know, we got to all work together to get everybody on the ballot.
Oh, I totally agree with you. You know, and we just we had the red wave. We woke people up. You know, matter of fact, still have a stack, which I thought I got rid of them all, but I didn't. I still have a stack of Pennsylvania voter registration obligations, or if you want a mail-in ballot, that's on you. But you know, you can go register to vote. If you, what was it? 30% of hunters are not registered to vote. 30%.
Oh, it's more than that.
I can't
It's more
remember,
than
but it
that.
was some
Yeah.
crazy number of hunters that aren't registered to vote. New Jersey is pushing to allow people to register to vote when you get your hunting license. Smart,
Yes.
smart, smart.
I talked to Senator Laughlin to see if he could pass something like that. Think about it: fishing license, hunting license, you know, any type of thing like that. And he said, "Yeah, Cam, it's not a bad idea." So we'll see if he can get something passed like that. But you know, they're actually doing a thing called Hunt the Vote.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, guys and girls, you know, we can all use your help. Every single person running for office, you know,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
going to be expensive, but I think we can do it. You know, we got to show the Democrats, you know, it's like Breton says, we need checks and balances, and you can't have checks and balances if the whole party's being run by Democrats.
Well, look what just happened at the county council meeting last night. That was absolutely embarrassing. That
Yeah.
they couldn't they wouldn't be able to pass a piece of legislation that had their names on it, and all it said was spell your name right. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, and then Copeland walks around like he owns the place, and I have no understanding why he thinks he does. I don't know. You know, he's not even from this town, man. These people are carpetbaggers. Remember how they came after they came after the senator, you know, McCormick. He's a carpetbagger. You know, they came after us. He's a carpetbagger. But by God, we tried to flip the script crickets. These guys,
Yeah.
Chuck Nelson from Boston, Drexel's from Florida, Copeland's from Chicago. They
Yep.
can't cut it in their big cities, so they come here and they walk around like they own the place. No, we were born and bred here. We need to make a stand and say, you know what? We're not playing this game with you. You guys played that card hard. It's just like what the threat to democracy, and we're all Nazis. What? Kamala Harris tried that tactic. It didn't work. But they're not smart enough to try to change tactics. They're going to stay on the same course and have another horrible loss in their category.
Right. Just like I don't understand why is the city and all these places hiring consultants from out of state to come tell us how to do things in Erie. We have homegrown minds right here. We have 4 of the best universities here.
Yeah.
We don't need consultants from out of town. And one thing I would love to do is set up our own Doge right here in Erie because there is waste going on.
Well, we do. We have controllers, but the problem is, like on the county level, your controller is a Democrat. In the city,
Right.
your controller is a Democrat.
Democrat.
So, and then on the big level, in Congress, the Senate, there hasn't been any checks and balances because they just, it's business the way it is. And, just like, Breton always says, Erie doing Erie stuff, America doing America stuff. And it needs to stop. And the Democrats are pissed that we're making them stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like I got a call today. Chris, okay. Who shows up for the Chris funding? Nothing but nonprofits. That's not what it's here for. Not at all. So we gotta drain the bay. Okay. There's a lot of good nonprofits here, but there's a lot they're out to make a buck just to serve themselves. So
Well-
we gotta take care of this stuff. We gotta connect the dots and show what's going on and show
Right.
the voters what's going on.
Gotcha.
And
Right.
that's exactly what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I got you. But we got to roll. We got to roll along.
Yep.
We got a lot of videos. Thank you for your report because we wanted to give Tim some time to talk about the Gannon ladies and
Oh
their
yeah,
archery
that's
stuff.
wonderful.
And
All ladies, no guys on the team.
yeah,
All
'cause-
right.
Bye. Thanks, Kim. Appreciate your boots on the ground
Bye.
report.
Bye. Love you, Brenda. Bye bye.
Bye. Yeah. So, yeah, again, not all Democrats are bad. Some of them are good. They're good, hardworking American people. But you know what? That their party has really gone amok, and it needs to be reeled back in. And you know what? I'm shocked. I'm even saying these words. Look what Fetterman has done. He has brought that needle back to the middle, and he's become reasonable. Do I always agree with him? No. Do I always agree with Trump? No. But it's like you got to split the difference, and there it is. Hi Heidi, thanks for coming in. Jennifer, thanks for coming in. I saw some folks popping in here and saying hello, and I appreciate that. And Brenda, we've got a ton of videos, so go ahead and throw up a video for us, Brenda.
And I would just say a strong message to Democrats who are out there pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting, federal waste and funding, like $2 million for sex changes in Guatemala, $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt, $20 million on a new Sesame Street show in Iraq, $4.5 million to combat disinformation in Kazakhstan. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged that the American people want to be, they want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything. And in the last 4 years, this federal government did nothing to help them. This president will continue to put Americans first. And I think the successes of this week so far speak to that. And it's only Wednesday. So I'll see you guys later this week, and we'll see you this afternoon. Thank you very much.
And also, could you mention some of the things that your team has found, some of the crazy numbers, including the woman that walked away with about 30 million,
right,
etc.?
Well, we do find it sort of rather odd that there are quite a few people in in the bureaucracy who have ostensibly a salary of a few $100,000, but somehow manage to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they are in that position, which is, what happened at USAID. We're just curious as to where it came from. Maybe they're very good at investing, in which case we should take their investment advice, perhaps. But they seem to be mysteriously, they get wealthy. We don't know why. Where does it come from? And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthy at the taxpayer expense. That's the honest truth of it.
Yeah. Someone explained to me again, AOC, I'm going to pick on her. She came to Washington broke. Within 5 years, she's a multimillionaire. There was a list of all these hot shots. Now, there are Republicans on that list too. I'm not just saying this is a Democrat thing. It's a Democrat and Republican thing. And they all need to be looked at. Every stinking Democrat, every rotten Republican that's up there making money. And we need to push our legislators for term limits on these people. Every political office I know locally has term limits, except the people that wield the power. They don't have term limits because they don't want to give it up. I mean, Chuck Schumer and these guys are all in the multi-millions of dollars. It's crazy. I wish I could take on a job. I wish I was in council for 4 years and I could be a multi-millionaire. We got 53 cents an hour and all the paper clips and we can have. But yeah, so it is what it is. They use their positions like Jasmine. What did Jasmine Flores do? She had her position. If she was just a regular working a person doing her job, just a face in the crowd and doing what they do, she would have never got that loan. But the fact that she was a seated city council person, her name came to, and she was literally on the top of the list, literally the top of the list. So if this is the same thing that's going on up on the Hill, that's happening locally. When she had a tantrum about not getting her VIP tickets, I talked to a sponsor of that event. Those VIP tickets were $3,000 to get that VIP pass to go in. $3,000. It was a person, I won't name their name, good friend, hardworking person here in Erie County. But she was like, "Wait a minute, those tickets are $3,000," and she's having a hissy fit that she didn't get it any money. She didn't get hers for free, and then publicly said, "I'm not going to support this entity. We're not giving any city money to this entity because I didn't get my tickets." Corruption at its lowest level, local city of Erie council. And there it is. And this is what we keep voting for. And we vote for it again because, what's the Democrat little phrase? Vote blue no matter who. What? That's ridiculous. And they voted blue no matter who, and they got Drexel, and that guy does nothing. They just had their city council, county council meeting the other night. Go on YouTube, watch what he does. Nothing. He just does whatever his handlers tell him to do and whatever Copeland tells him to do. So, these are the people that were elected and we need to stop it. Brenda, you got more videos? I know you got tons of videos tonight, so knock them out.
I'm doing 2 back to back because they
That's
go
fine.
together.
All righty. Thank you very much.
You know, one of the things is like we are trying to sort of right-size the federal bureaucracy, just make sure that this, obviously there need to be a lot of people working for the federal government, but not as many as currently. So we're saying, well, okay, well, let's, if people can retire, you know, with full benefits and everything, that would be good. They can retire, get their retirement payments, everything. And then we were told, this is actually, I think, a great anecdote, because we were told the most number of people that could retire possibly in a month is 10,000. We're like, well, why is that? Well, because all the retirement paperwork is manual on paper. It's manually calculated, then written down on a piece of paper. Then it goes down a mine. And like, what do you mean a mine? Like, yeah, there's a limestone mine where we store all the retirement paperwork. And you look at a picture of this mine. We'll post some pictures afterwards. And this mine looks like something out of the 50s because it was started in 1955. So it looks like it's like a time warp. And then the speed, the limiting factor is the speed at which the mine shaft elevator can move determines how many people can retire from the federal government. And the elevator breaks down sometimes, and then nobody can retire. Doesn't that sound crazy? There's like 1,000 people that work on this. So I think if we take those people and say, like, you know what, instead of working in a mine shaft and carrying manila envelopes to, you know, boxes in a mine shaft, you could do practically anything else, and you would add to the goods and services of the United States in a more useful way.
Today we learned that federal retirements are processed by hand underground at a limestone mine. I didn't even really know what that meant, so I looked it up and came across this video of Iron Mountain. This is a data facility 200 feet underground in Pennsylvania where 700 federal workers process federal retirements by hand, 230 feet underground. 10,000 applications per month are stored in manila envelopes and cardboard boxes. The process takes months due to outdated manual systems. Why is this done in such an archaic way? Well, apparently a report from 2021 reveals how the government tried and of course failed to digitize the process for decades. They spent $106 million but failed to bring this process into the 21st century. The amount of federal retirements that one can process in a month depends on the speed at which the elevator can move up and down. This is the type of information that the Department of Government Efficiency is uncovering. I think it's time that we move this to a computer system and move out of the Stone Age. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
So there it is. It's not like Elon is making this stuff up. There it is. It's the government's own video showing you what they did. Now, when I retired from the state, it was all, we made an appointment. We sat down with a nice lady down in Edinburgh. She pulled up my account, click, 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 sign here, print, click, 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 click. Couple of weeks, we get your check. Couple of weeks, got a check. That simple. But here's the federal government, supposed to be the smartest people on the block, can't even digitize it. They can't modernize it. They can't put it in a computer system. Well, then of course Trump gets in there and says, we're going to fix this stuff. Oh, you're a threat to democracy. Oh, you're hurting democracy. What? No. They're trying to save you, us, me, you, us, we, money. But the thing that's going to hurt them is this is where all their slush fund is coming from. Yeah, all this money. You can't tell me. Well, look at the Ukraine. You know, they had an interview with the president of the Ukraine. It's like, oh, you guys gave me all this money, but I never got it. He never got the money. Where did the money go, Joe? Hashtag, where'd the money go, Joe? That's another one. We'll put that up there tomorrow. This is the inefficiency of government. I know some of you have worked in the government, local, state, federal, and you've seen it. Anybody, all my veterans in the room, You talk about waste of money. We all joke about the $500 hammer. That's not a joke, boys and girls. That's the truth, because it takes $500 to process the contracts. They put out a bid, and then the bid has all this money kind of around it. Where the business people say, I'm not paying that. You could go when I was in the army. By the time you go get that hammer, you could have went down to the store and bought one and brought it back. I mean, and it's just a stupid hammer. It's just like in the movie 4th of July. When they were talking about the hidden area where they had all the spaceships and all the aliens. The guy's like, "Do you think you spend $1 million on a toilet?" There it is. You think that's a joke? That's reality. Finding out waste. Yeah, I get it. Thanks, Jennifer. We appreciate that. And Matt, that's a segue to you, the controller. The controller watches the spending. I know the controller for the county watches the spending. Well, his people do. I mean, I don't know how much actual time the controller actually sits in his office, but I know he's got great people. They would come to us and give their reports, and we're good, we're good, we're good. Finance guys, listen, stop the mumbo jumbo. Are we good or bad? We're good. We got $63 million in reserve. Okay, that's good. And then county council wants to fight over $3 million because they spend too much. We don't have an income problem. We have a spending problem. And it's all blah, blah, blah monies too. A lot of it is good. We do a lot of good things on the county level. I think sometimes we do a little bit too much good things on the county level. And it's just like we talked about the contracts. People are like, oh, the county doesn't pay. Well, we gave all 7 unions a contract pay raise. That's $1 million a contract, give or take a few dollars. $1 million per contract per bargaining unit for those raises, and that was only 3%. So yeah, Crane did everybody get sure to get. Yeah, I mean, and look, Trump just won a court victory today because the judge stopped the retirement issue. Another judge overruled it and said, yeah, it's legal. Knock it off. So, I was so tired today. I took a nap today. You know why I was so tired today? From all the winning and watching the Democrats, the radical left, wackadoodle Democrats coming unglued, singing in the streets about how they hate Elon Musk. Yeah. That's a great question, Stan. Brenda, thanks for putting it up in the room. But you're absolutely right. That was the whole point of the interview was he's like, you guys promised me all this money. I never got it. Where's the money? This is why it needs to be an audit. Why do you think locally ECRA is getting audited? Not by the Republicans and the Democrats. 2 Democrats, 2 state reps that were smart enough to sign off on this thing. Of course, Bizarro wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole because, if it has nothing to do with puppy dogs, he doesn't touch it. So I will give Mirsky his props. I will give Harkins his props. They actually signed off demanding an audit of ECRA. Those are our tax dollars. Those tax dollars were supposed to go help us with our taxes. And what does it do? Perry Wood gets to hand that money out like it's candy. And for him to be running for county executive and handing out money is inappropriate. Hugely inappropriate. He could be writing out him and his board up there, which are all Democrat appointees, can just be like, okay, we want to give money to the study of muskrats in Summit Township, and let's get that check out there. Let's get the photo people out here. Let's get the odds out here. That's you're using your position to promote your campaign. It's just like on county council. When you're a council person, you can't be on the board of elections because they want it clear and clean cut and transparent. Why do you think Sam Tallarico's head exploded when I was considering running for sheriff, and I hadn't declared yet. He got up there because I wouldn't declare that I was running for sheriff, so I would be removed from the Board of Elections. And I just told him, it's none of your business. He was outright aggressive with me about it. You know, other candidates have done it. Why haven't you? I just told him, I said, I don't want to. And you're not my boss. I don't listen to you. Oh, that's where Sam Tallarico, the Democrat chairman, absolutely started to hate me. And then he would come into council and he would be just so mad he was spitting. And then, of course, you know, he got warned. He got warned because he made it personal. Attacks, which what they do, that's the best thing they know what to do, is make it personal. He got gavelled, he got warned, but I will give him one credit, one prompt, one yatta boy. He did send an apology letter. I'll give him that. I will give him, he was professional enough to send a letter, because he got a letter too. I said, if you ever have an outburst like that and talk to me like that, your privileges will be revoked. We can do it. Because if you're disruptive and you're gonna disrupt the meetings, bye. And that's why the city council were so mad at me. They're like, Shank this and Shank. Dude, I'm not even a councilman. I'm not even a city councilman. You guys are saying my name. I think you should have to pay me a royalty fee for using my name. They just hate. They're just full of hate. But yeah. Any more videos, Brenda? Brian, have you been getting voice from Jeff Dunham? Lance, you cracked me up. Yes, I practice my voices because I'm actually, you know, people are like, you're just so serious, Shank. No, I'm actually a smart ass. And that's my lovely wife. She's on headset. I'm a smart ass. I get that. I could be grumpy. I get that. But yeah, Brenda, throw something up, man.
Supporters can't
What a roll.
eat Mexican food?
There's a lot of fun stuff.
If you voted for Trump,
I love this one.
You are not allowed in Mexico. You don't like us, we don't like you. Don't go there. Stay in your country. Figure it out. Vacation, I don't know, maybe Nebraska perhaps.
Okay.
One of the red states that you love so much. Stay there. Don't have margaritas, don't have tequila, no tacos, no enchiladas, none of that for you.
Oh, yeah? What are you going to do? Will you come take it out of my ham? I'm going to eat half this plate during the break. Maybe I'll call the ICE hotline. I don't know if I'll have enough time. Sure. All kidding aside, it was actually really good, taco. These people broke the law. They broke the law to get here. And once they were here, they broke the law again. It was just serious crimes, folks. It's not like shoplifting. That's why they got to go. These wins are momentum. This is a man who, governing like this, I mean, look, they shot at him, they indicted him, raiding his home, investigating his whole family. They threw his supporters in jail because, I mean, that's what they did. And now Trump has had enough.
So we can't do that, you know. We can't go to Mexico. We can't eat tacos. Brendan, no more Taco Bell for you.
Loud clear, 10-4. You got the one snowman. I'm eastbound and down.
Eastbound and down, load it up and truck it. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch old bandit run. Keep your foot hard on the pedal, son, never mind them brakes. Let it all hang out, cause we got a run to make. The boys are thirsty in Atlanta, and there's beer in Texarkana, and we'll bring it back no matter what it takes. Eastbound and down, load it up and truck it. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch old bandit run.
I'd like to know these guys how they do this stuff. This stuff is just truly amazing. How they do. I know it's a computer program. I totally get that, but you know, it just makes it easy. again, at least we can say definitely was calling the shots in the White House. Oh, we get that, Stan. We know Joe Biden wasn't calling the shots. He hadn't been calling the shots for years. Even their own investigation said he's just an old man that can't be, you know, arrested or questioned. During his question, he struggled, blah blah blah. So it's all. Yeah, I need this video. It'll be on the show. You can just go back anytime and click it. It's on YouTube. I believe that's I think that was a TikTok video. Just type them in, man. They pop up. They literally pop up. And Brenda's like, well, we spend a lot of time on TikTok. I said, well, yeah, because that's where I find the good videos to play. Just some are serious, some are fun, and some are very sarcastic. We get that, but that's what we want to do. Is we want to talk about stuff. We want to talk about it. It's just a great song. I'll be DJing an event, and then I'll throw that song in there because it's good, and it's sad because most of the cast have passed away. It's like, man, we're getting old. When I remember when that movie came out, it's like, man, Burt Reynolds is gone. A lot of the cast members are gone. So the dance one is absolutely hilarious, Heidi. You're absolutely right. So yeah, a lot of things going on. Make sure you take a nap with all the winning. So that's what we're doing, and that's what we're doing. We got a lot of stuff. You know, it's all good. That's we're winning. It's going to be painful. The Democrats are going to heads are going to explode like a big zit. Remember Animal House? John Belushi put the he put the potatoes in his mouth. Hey, what am I? A zit. Get it? And and it's just this is how mad they are. They're just gonna keep getting mad. They're gonna get mad. They're gonna get mad, and we get that. But we were talking about voter registration. Voter registrations, they're accepting it. It's up and running. If you want to do the old fashioned way, of course, we have the paper. We have the paper ones, and you can fill those out, or you can go online and do them online. It'll ask, I think, question 12, if my memory serves me properly. I think question 12 is 9, 10, 11. I want to request the mail-in ballot. Now, I know we got to talk about that. I know there some people have a little bitter taste in their mouth about what happened last November with these mail-in ballots. You can personally thank Andre Horton. You can personally thank Chris Drexel and the other Democrats on the Board of Elections that demanded and hired that company out of Ohio to do the printing and mailing, blah, 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 blah. They did it. And look who's in charge of the Board of Elections this year. Chris Drexel, chairman, Rock Copenhagen as vice chair, and everybody else is on county council that's not running for office. Because if you're a candidate, you can't run, you can't be on the board. Andre Horton's not running, he's termed out. Ellen Showerman, she's not running because so it will be Charlie Bale if he announces, and Jim Wynorski. So here the Democrats are going to have the upper hand again on the Board of Elections. Now Pretzel put a statement out in the Erie Times News because I know he won't talk to the news. That's why they put Copenhagen up there, because at least he can put a sentence together. Even though he's the chairman of the Board of Elections, he wrote a statement and sent it to the Erie Times News that we had a little bit of problem and we're gonna correct that and do adjustments. Well, no shit. How about you hire the local contractors here in Northeast like we did the year before, and we had a couple little before printing snafus. They do tests and all that good stuff, but it was worked out. It was worked out, and we needed some more, I don't know, ballots. The actual ones you fill out, bang, they printed them up, they shipped them up here. That was an hour process. Keep Erie County tax dollars in Erie County. I like Ohio. I ain't got a beef with Ohio, but take care of Erie County with Erie County taxpayer dollars. Keep it here. Keep it in Pennsylvania. At least they didn't send it to New York. That was the other printing place that had put in for printing was a company out of New York. I'm like, no way. Then it came down to Ohio. Mary Rennie and her gang wanted this Ohio firm. I pushed it. We got it through for Gorings here in Northeast to keep your tax dollars here in Erie County to hire more people in Erie County. But I wasn't transparent. I wasn't transparent enough for them. And they wanted to control the Board of Elections during the most historic election in our history. And what did Erie County, Andre Horton, and Bretzel do? They screwed it up. They screwed it up big. We made the national news. They screwed it up so big. That's why these people need to be removed. We need to just keep that red wave going. We need to vote in the people that are absolutely not perfect, but they're going to get it. We got Tina, her little ads up on the corner there. She's running for city council. Of course, we have Kim Hunter running for city council. Harry is running out in Mill Creek. And then, of course, the announcement for sheriff. Yay. I'm glad someone's going to take Campanelli for a run. They can spend some money because all they're going to do is go to Mayor Bloomberg and get $200,000 and just, flood the market with whatever lies they're going to come up with for this guy. So I'm going to go up there. I'm going to meet him tomorrow. I'll give him my support. If he needs any help, I'll be more glad to help him. Ran a sheriff campaign. If it wasn't for the fact that the monies were involved, I think it would have had a different turnout. Erie County would have a different direction. But that's what the majority of the Democrats want. So, Brenda, any more videos?
This is a civil rights violation. Democrat lawmakers led by 250-year-old Maxine Waters tried to barge into the Department of Education Friday to protest Doge's plans for the education sector, but they were met by a stoic security guard who bravely stood in their way and incurred, I love that word, their nasty wrath. Did you know they're members of Congress?
We are members of Congress, as she said. Who do you work for?
We're members of Congress. Let us in.
You understand who members of Congress are? I got it, yeah. I'm a member of Congress with oversight responsibilities. We are members of Congress.
Oh, I feel like I'm at the Waffle House and they ran out of waffles. But there's more rolling, Rhonda.
What authority can you deny members of Congress their oversight role?
If you don't have a business reason to be here,
you do not have authority, sir.
Were you told to stand here?
Yeah, were you told to deny members of Congress from entering this building?
There's no business purpose to be here, so that's why.
Well, they prepared to shoot us? The man who blocked the doors of the Department of... Hold your face up so they can see you. Let him get recorded in history for what he's doing today.
Yeah. Let's record in history what you're doing today. A 95-year-old windbag that should have retired 10 years ago that is nothing but hate, hate, hate. We need to take this to the streets. We need to if you see these people out to dinner, you need to get in their face. You need to disrupt. What? That's real American of you. Term limits. Can we say it? Everybody together? Term limits. Term limits, people. Real simple. Term limits. And follow the money with these people. Brendan, you got another
In case
video?
you're wondering what
there,
it's
man.
like being transgender under this new administration, I just got my new passport in the mail and they changed the gender to male because of Donald Trump. In case y'all want proof, there's my picture. Very cunty. And yeah, there's that big ugly M. Yay.
No, they didn't change your gender to male because of Donald Trump. They changed your gender to male because you're a male. And we're going to reaffirm reality and real science and not imaginary things in this country. You can put on a lady costume every single day. You're allowed to. You're an adult. You can put on lipstick and eyeliner and fake eyelashes and high heels and spandex and whatever it is that makes you happy, honey. But you're still a dude in a lady costume. And you're not going to play around with government documents anymore just to make your feelings feel better. Sorry.
And see, I truly believe this is why the government wanted to push back on TikTok, because it gives you and me, we the people, the voices that we don't have. We now have a voice. It's just like this show. This show couldn't have existed 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It wasn't allowed. The technology wasn't there. Only people that had fancy studios and lights and special effects and dissolves and fades and stuff were the networks. Now we, the people, can do it. Citizen journalist, as Benjamin Franklin referred to us as. We, the people. That's why the Constitution says. It kind of starts out, we, the people. And that's why they do it that way. When school, the kids run crying. I know. I mean, you know, these stories are so ridiculous. That's why Brenda and I were sitting there, you know, we were just sitting there going over the show today. We're like, well, she's like, we have so much good stuff that we could do another show. I said, well, I'm not scheduled to work this weekend, which is odd. So I said, well, we can do a Saturday. I hope I used the term right. Saturday afternoon matinee. I don't know if it's before 5. It's a matinee. I got corrected on that one time. I don't want to misuse the word. So it'll be a Saturday afternoon matinee at 3:00. We'll be doing an extra show this Saturday at 3 p.m. because of all the winning. You know, it is exactly that. You know, we're looking for more people. Matt, we got your videos. If we don't get to them today, we're going to get to them on Saturday, because we just had so much good material, censored anything. Oh yeah, Lance, you're right. AOL Facebook cracked down on us hard too under the last administration. You know, I got shadow banned for some music that I shouldn't have because of that copyright, but that wasn't really it's Facebook-ish things. Those are they're getting pressure from the artist about us using money, but then using their music. So, you know, my intro song, I get a thing from them saying, "Hey, let you know you're using music. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The artist is getting paid for it, blah blah blah." Okay, you know, gotcha. We get it, you know, but this is why we want you, the people, to take that QR code, scan it. It takes you to another link where all the channels are. Take that, take a picture of it. Please post it. It's on my social media. Please post it. We are getting traction. And now I want to click in it 4-wheel drive, get more traction, and get out of this rut we're in, because we're doing good, but let's do better. And you know, and it's because of people like you, that want to hear what's going on, and uncensored. You know, there's so much to talk about locally. Yeah, the dude look right. Steve Tyler nailed it. Dude looks like a lady. I get it. And you know what? If you want to walk around in pumps and a wig and makeup and false eyelashes and have your stuff cut, nipped, and tucked, you knock yourself out. I don't care. Don't shove it down the children's throats, and don't shove it down mine. It's your life to live how you choose. Just because it is so funny on social media, this whole thing with Elon Musk is, you know, you disagree with somebody online, they're still throwing it. That's racist. No, that's not the edition of racist. You people have really played that card so hard. We're not buying it anymore, you know, because it's like the boy who cried wolf. You've cried wolf and racist so many times. Even when something is racist, people aren't paying attention to you anymore because we're tone deaf. We've heard it so much. Oh, blah, I know, you know, but the whole Nazi thing is baloney. You know, go back and well, my favorite one was when our local city council person called us Nazis for having red hats. So what do we get called if we have red, white, and blue hats on? I wonder what she has to say. You know, it was her life. Okay, so Tim just put a post up here. I'll stick that in the main room. He will give us some updates on when they're down there. Boop, boop, boop. pull that screen back up. Sorry. Yeah, that's Tim. So we'll be sharing the live scoring link for those who want to watch our Gannon girls in their competition on Saturday and Sunday. There will be no video for it, but you can't see how the girls scores each end of each round as they progress through it. Thanks, Tim. We appreciate that. Again, it's nice to see, Gannon girls, ladies, women going to the big show. And we thank you, Coach Tim, for doing that. I know you love archery. We get that. Yeah, cosmetics, 30 pair. Yeah. Well, let's see. Couple statistics I saw off the internet. The since Trump has come into office, the Army recruitment has jumped 15%. Even after they threw out a bunch of folks, their recruitment has jumped up. That was nice to see. The big guy, Pete, returning sanity back to Fort Bragg. It went to, Fort Liberty or some bullshit like that. So, of course,
I have that video.
Oh, you got that video? Okay, cool. Yeah, play that up. If it's easy, you got it handy. See, so Brenda, she's always got my back.
There are three things Pete Hegseth, the new Secretary of Defense, did that make him one of Donald Trump's most amazing cabinet picks ever. Number one, on his way to Germany, Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, signed this order right here that says Fort Liberty, which was formerly Fort Bragg, will be known as Fort Bragg once again.
I direct the Army to change the name of Fort Liberty, North Carolina to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. That's right. Bragg is back.
Fort Bragg was changed to Fort Liberty during Joe Biden's administration because, the name of a fort will make somebody a better fighter. Number two, he woke up at like the butt crack of dawn and went running with the troops, training with the troops. Here he is lifting like an exorbitant amount of weight. This is the Secretary of Defense. This guy is in charge of the military. Only the president is above him. And he's not in an office somewhere. He's out there with the men in uniform, and he's working with them in the morning to become stronger. And they love him for it. They're all lining up to shake his hand. He's in a gym. He's wearing shorts. This is not Donald Rumsfeld, Lloyd Austin. They never went to the gym and wore shorts and shook hands with the enlisted. Although, let's be honest, Lloyd Austin probably could have spent a little more time in the gym. And number three, his socks. And Secretary of Defense wears American flag socks. Truly epic.
This guy's on TikTok. I follow him. He actually gets it. I mean, he's just a straight shooter. He does some great videos. He has some great content. It is, but here, and it's funny because the Biden administration was mad at Fort Bragg because he was told to be mad at Fort Bragg because Fort Bragg was named after a Confederate general. All the Southern Army facilities were all named after Confederate generals out of respect to their service. Well, of course, that's racist. That we can't do that. So they had to change the name. So Pete was on an interview and he explained, he goes, okay, well, we went back to Fort Bragg. Now, Fort Bragg is actually named after I think was a private first class that was a Silver Star recipient. So that way the unhinged left can see these guys are racist and they're just promoting back the old school, Confederate generals. No, actually, I think it was a World War II private that earned the Silver Star, Private Bragg. So nice try, just like the Gulf of America. They want to rebrand everything. You know what? We can do it too. And boy, do they hate, like, just like the Grinch. Hate, despise, hate. Ugh, I get that. So, Brenda, you got another video? If not, we're going to go ahead and talk about bringing this thing in for a landing.
I have three that are going back to back because they all go together.
I'll hit my mute button and have a drink of pop.
There is no black national anthem. There is no white national anthem. There is only the national anthem, which is The Star Spangled Banner, which is the national anthem for all Americans, no matter whether you're black, white, Asian, Latino, or anything else in between. Lift Every Voice and Sing, which is quote unquote the black national anthem being performed at the Super Bowl, is wrong. It should not continue. And by the way, this is not something that is a long-standing American tradition. Lift Every Voice and Sing being performed at the Super Bowl only started in 2021 during the height of the BLM era. So we need to leave that in the past, right with the BLM era. And the reason that Lift Every Voice and Sing was shoved into the Super Bowl at the height of the BLM era is because that was an era that was meant to divide Americans, that was meant to separate black people from white people, black Americans from white Americans. That was the mainstream media and political agenda the entire time, and a lot of you guys fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Since we are not in that era anymore, we are not in that moment anymore, we need to leave Lift Every Voice and Sing as the quote-unquote black national anthem being performed at the Super Bowl exactly where it is in the BLM era, which thank God we are done with. I can't believe that you guys still keep falling for this stuff.
Super Bowl. Oh my God, we could do a whole story about that. Listen to him cheer. Left saying that he was booed. No. What is it, USA? It's Caribbean. USA.
Our CBS poll finds that a majority of Americans, 53%, approve of the job he's doing. That's a better approval number than he ever reached during his first term in the White House. Joining us with more is our Executive Director of Elections and Surveys, Anthony Salvanto. Good to see you, Anthony. What's driving this?
I will keep it simple, Margaret. He is doing, in the eyes of the public, what he said he would do in the campaign. There's political value in that. In fact, 70% of people say he's doing what he promised. That's whether they approve of him or not. Now, there's another part of this that continues over from the campaign. There were words that he was described as being tough, being energetic, and he still is today in big majority numbers. So as people take a look in these first few weeks, there's been a lot of activity. They're getting that general sense of governance, and that's being reflected in these early numbers.
So that's perception. What about the actual policies?
Well, let's start with the ones that are popular. And again, these echo a lot of what we saw in the campaign. The idea of deporting those in the country illegally continues to be popular. We saw that in the campaign. Sending troops to the U.S.-Mexico border, again, majority in favor. We'd seen that in the campaign. For his supporters in particular, the focus on ending DEI is popular. We had seen in the campaign a lot of them thought those processes had gone too far.
Well, well, well. Isn't that exciting? See, now I have a new hat. See, I gotta do this. Mean Old Bastards. Great, great supporter of the show. Comes in here quite frequently, and he gave me a hat. He's like, "Hey, will you wear my hat on your show?" Of course, I'll wear your hat on my show. It's my privilege. You're the rock star. I'm just a guy with a microphone and a studio in my dining room. From Karen. So yeah, that they're out on tour. They're a great cover band. Mean Old Bastards Mob. You can catch them on social media on Facebook. Just Google them up. I mean, Facebook them up, and they're playing a bunch of local stuff. They got a couple events here. One in Lawrence Park, up on Doc Holidays. Great group, great bunch of guys that just love to play. We're gonna be. I told Brendan, we gotta go to one of their shows. We gotta take a nap, stay up late, and go to one of their shows because these are the people that support us. We're gonna support them. They're always out there, at all the events, rubbing elbows with everybody, and boots on the ground kind of guy. We've become friends, and a friend of the show is a friend of mine because they're out there supporting us and doing what we do. Support the show by using. Boy, I tell you, I just get really lucky on those. Like I said, you can PayPal, Venmo, Cash App us if you want to make a donation to the show to help defer the cost back of everything. Just like I said, I didn't have to get a new TV mount, but I wanted a new TV mount because the other TV mount just wasn't working right. I mismeasured and got too short of a one. I just had to get a bigger one. So, any other videos there, Brenda? If not, we're going to bring this thing in for a landing.
I have 2 more short videos and then one last funny.
Okay, go ahead.
Congresswoman Ilhan Omar after her Somalia first speech, where she said, quote, the U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They must do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders, and that is how we will safeguard the interest of Somalia. We Somalians must have that confidence in ourselves that we call the shots in the United States. Sleep in comfort, knowing I am here to protect the interest of Somalia from inside the U.S. system. That is a lot of the word Somalia. Okay, so Omar added, we will liberate the occupied territories stolen from Somalia, Djibouti, Somaliland, and the northeastern province in Kenya that belongs to Greater Somalia. All right, DeSantis posting on social media calling for Omar to be expelled from Congress, denaturalized, and deported. And many on social media couldn't agree more, asking how a Somalian gets to sit in one of the highest levels of office and use her power to spend U.S. tax dollars and resources on her own selfish interests. Thoughts? I mean,
sounds like a terrorist
outrageous.
in that speech. She's speaking like a terrorist. She's Somalia first, as she mentioned Somalia. I don't know how many times. I couldn't count. There were so many. Then go back to Somalia.
Yeah, if you love it so much, go back.
What about the interest of Americans? What about the interest of the people she represents? Nothing about that.
So the argument is that a lot of people in why she's got a safe congressional seat is that in her small Minnesota district, it's got a huge Somali population. Okay, that's fine. What I'm noticing, though, is, I don't know if you heard about this yesterday in New York City. So 5 illegals got into a fight with NYPD, and they were all, they got into like the video is unbelievable. They were, 4 of the 5 were released by a judge yesterday, the same day. They're here illegally.
They're here illegally.
They were released by a judge, which is just, this is not Ellis Island. Okay, where 12 million people immigrated here legally, by the way, over a 50-year period.
Yeah, a long time.
They were here to assimilate. Okay, they were here to be a part of American culture. What we're seeing now is the exact opposite. These people, you look at these images from the southern border, you read those comments from Ilhan Omar. They're not here to assimilate. They're here to fundamentally change America and not for the better.
And she's not for securing our border here. And you think about those people that attack those police officers. If they're willing to attack a police officer, what are you going to do to an everyday citizen walking the streets of New York
get
or
away
anywhere?
with it.
Yeah,
right?
A little slap on the wrist.
Yeah, I mean, she's broken her oath of office. She's broken her oath of allegiance. I mean, when you take the oath of allegiance, you literally renounce every single foreign country. And like we were all just saying, I mean, she's completely pro-Somalia. Go back.
Welcome to the MAGA Minute. It's
Go
been
back.
a huge week here at the White House, and let's go over the wins President Trump delivered on behalf of you, the American people. On immigration, illegal migrant encounters between the ports of entry are down nearly 87%. On the economy, President Trump laid out a plan to establish a sovereign wealth fund to better invest the more than $5 trillion in assets held by the United States. He also proposed tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico and China, and those tariffs were swiftly paused after our allies agreed to step up and address these issues. We are streamlining USAID into the State Department. President Trump signed a historic executive order to ban men in women's sport. Lastly, President Trump is already making our military strong again. Army recruitment in the month of December, with the anticipation of President Trump's return to the Oval Office, hit a 15-year high. We'll see you for next week's MAGA Minute.
I hope she does more of those. Mega Minute. I love it. That's why I had to take a nap, because I was so tired.
Fucking Trump was at the goddamn game! God damn it! Trump should not have been at our fucking game!
I want to play that one again.
Why we didn't win? Because the fucking Trump was at the goddamn game! God damn it! Trump should not have been at our fucking game!
How
Does
does the president?
Because the fucking Trump was at the goddamn game!
How does the president influence a football game? That is Trump derangement syndrome, like the best example of it we could find. She literally is melting down, A, over a football game, and B, blaming President Trump. Now, I mean, I'm not a huge football fan. I'm really not. The whole taking a knee thing turned me right off. Okay, we've seemed to outgrown that. The Black National Anthem really irritates me. There's like the gentleman we had on earlier. There's only one national anthem. It's our national anthem. That whole tactic to divide us has worked perfectly, and that's why they keep hammering it. And I gotta say, I'm still trying to decipher the halftime show. I mean, really, let's be honest. Chime in here about if you liked it or hated it. Why did they allow this Grammy-winning rap guy to go up there and make such a political statement? I don't know. It's football. It's supposed to be Americans' game. It's supposed to be entertainment. I was watching some videos, and it was like a tie between Prince and Michael Jackson, the two most popular halftime games in history. They're both black, but they were able to do what? They were able to straddle both worlds. They showed videos from the stands of people when that guy, I don't even know his name, was performing. They were just sitting there like this. They showed like two people standing up, that one section, two people standing up. I just think they were so drunk they were just dancing to anything. And then they had to make a point. Believe it or not, this was brought up, and I'm not bringing it up. I'm just repeating what the experts said, that people found offensive. That where was the diversity in the performers? Not one white person, not one. Now, if we would have flipped that over and made it all white people, they would be screaming bloody murder. Look, there's no diversity. Look at this. Why can't you have folks of different genres and different races up there performing? Because they're good performers too. I totally agree with you. But to make a point, it was a political statement. They intentionally didn't have any black performers. That's why they recruited Samuel Jackson to be Uncle Sam. Political statement, that because of the fact that that Uncle Sam's always been betrayed as a white person. They wanted to make sure it was black. They were all black. I can't make the stuff, folks. That's why I gave up on the NFL. I just don't watch it, and because they have absolutely ruined the game. I mean, I get it's a business. I get it. And I want someone to Google this up for me. The NFL, not the teams, the NFL itself is nonprofit. It's a nonprofit. They don't pay taxes. The NFL doesn't pay taxes. Now, the things they do are considered businesses. They pay taxes on that. But the NFL itself is a nonprofit, a multi-billion-dollar operation that's nonprofit. If I'm wrong, let me know. I'll be more glad to tell you. Well, Heidi, I understand it. I didn't understand. I'm not being mean. I didn't understand. I could understand. The only way I knew what he was saying, somebody on TikTok actually wrote out the words that he was saying. And the one verse was turn off your TV, turn off your TV, turn off your TV. I turned off my TV. I did exactly what he said. Other than that, unless I'll give last call for if you want to do a phone call. But it's man, it's quarter to 10 already. Woo, buddy! Time flies. You're having fun. So we'll do a last call for a call. If not, Brenda, go ahead and play our outro, and we will see you Saturday at 3:00. I'll put it on social media to remind you. Brenda will send out reminders like she always does. And go ahead, play her up. Let's go home.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd work for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it! God bless the USA! From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for sharing Wednesday night with Brenda and I. A special thank you to Brenda for everything she does to make this show happen and make sure that it's all looking great. And we appreciate that. Special thanks to Kim for her boots on the ground report from the west side. And of course, Dave from the east side. We're always looking for more people to, if you want to come online and give a report from your neighborhoods on your perspective, we're always take your phone calls. We appreciate that. It's not my show, it's our show. We the people show. We appreciate that. I will see you Saturday at 3 p.m. Because of all the winning, we got a lot of things to go over, and that's fine. So, like I always say, Shank out. I salute you. Remember, everybody deployed, we appreciate them. If you want to make Erie great again shirt, let us know. And of course, we have the hats. Help Kim finance her stuff. Kim Hunter for council hat. This is a Brian Shank Make Erie great again special edition. So yeah. On that, and don't forget Friday, February 28th at 6 p.m. at Calamari's, 1317 State Street, Erie, PA. Come out, sign a petition. Let's all come together. Let's all become friends. We are family. Let's make this thing happen, and let's keep making America great again. Good night, everybody.